Can you weld stainless steel? Can you weld stainless steel? How much will it cost to fix this metal gate? How much will it cost to fix this metal gate? Do you do custom metal fabrication? Do you do custom metal fabrication? Can you repair this broken weld? Can you repair this broken weld? How long will the welding job take? How long will the welding job take? Can you weld aluminum? Can you weld aluminum? Do you offer mobile welding services? Do you offer mobile welding services? Can you create a metal frame? Can you create a metal frame? What type of welding do you specialize in? What type of welding do you specialize in? Can you weld cast iron? Can you weld cast iron? How thick can you weld metal? How thick can you weld metal? Do you do MIG welding? Do you do MIG welding? Can you weld this car exhaust? Can you weld this car exhaust? Do you offer welding for pipelines? Do you offer welding for pipelines? Can you fabricate a metal staircase? Can you fabricate a metal staircase? How much to weld a trailer hitch? How much to weld a trailer hitch? Can you do TIG welding? Can you do TIG welding? Do you weld galvanized steel? Do you weld galvanized steel? Can you repair a metal fence? Can you repair a metal fence? How do you prevent metal distortion? How do you prevent metal distortion? Can you weld a bicycle frame? Can you weld a bicycle frame? Do you do stick welding? Do you do stick welding? Can you weld thin sheet metal? Can you weld thin sheet metal? How much to weld a boat hull? How much to weld a boat hull? Can you fabricate custom brackets? Can you fabricate custom brackets? Do you offer structural welding? Do you offer structural welding? Can you weld in confined spaces? Can you weld in confined spaces? How do you ensure weld quality? How do you ensure weld quality? Can you weld this metal sculpture? Can you weld this metal sculpture? Do you offer on-site welding? Do you offer on-site welding? Can you weld copper? Can you weld copper? How much to weld a handrail? How much to weld a handrail? Can you repair this metal chair? Can you repair this metal chair? Do you weld high-pressure pipes? Do you weld high-pressure pipes? Can you create custom metal art? Can you create custom metal art? How do you handle welding fumes? How do you handle welding fumes? Can you weld underwater? Can you weld underwater? You do industrial welding? You do industrial welding? Can you repair a cracked engine block? Can you repair a cracked engine block? How much to weld a metal gate? How much to weld a metal gate? Can you weld dissimilar metals? Can you weld dissimilar metals? Do you weld food-grade stainless steel? Do you weld food-grade stainless steel? Can you repair farm equipment? Can you repair farm equipment? How do you handle metal fatigue? How do you handle metal fatigue? Can you fabricate metal furniture? Can you fabricate metal furniture? Do you do precision welding? Do you do precision welding? Can you weld with flux core? Can you weld with flux core? How much to weld a security door? How much to weld a security door? Can you repair a metal roof? Can you repair a metal roof? Do you offer emergency welding services? Do you offer emergency welding services? Can you weld for automotive repairs? Can you weld for automotive repairs? How do you prevent weld defects? How do you prevent weld defects? Can you create custom metal signs? Can you create custom metal signs? Do you offer welding for heavy equipment? Do you offer welding for heavy equipment? Can you weld brass? Can you weld brass? How much to weld a bike rack? How much to weld a bike rack? Can you repair a metal awning? Can you repair a metal awning? Do you weld for construction projects? Do you weld for construction projects? Can you weld a fuel tank? Can you weld a fuel tank? How do you ensure weld strength? How do you ensure weld strength? Can you fabricate metal gates? Can you fabricate metal gates? You do artistic welding? You do artistic welding? Can you weld HVAC ducts? Can you weld HVAC ducts? How much to weld a patio railing? How much to weld a patio railing? Can you repair a metal ladder? Can you repair a metal ladder? Do you offer welding for machinery? Do you offer welding for machinery? Can you weld titanium? Can you weld titanium? How do you handle weld spatter? How do you handle weld spatter? Can you create custom metal panels? Can you create custom metal panels? Do you weld for shipbuilding? Do you weld for shipbuilding? Can you repair a metal bed frame? Can you repair a metal bed frame? How much to weld a metal sculpture? How much to weld a metal sculpture? Can you weld for architectural projects? Can you weld for architectural projects? Do you offer welding for bridges? Do you offer welding for bridges? Can you weld a motorcycle frame? Can you weld a motorcycle frame? How do you handle welding heat? How do you handle welding heat? Can you fabricate metal shelving? Can you fabricate metal shelving? Do you weld for aerospace applications? Do you weld for aerospace applications? Can you repair a metal toolbox? Can you repair a metal toolbox? How much to weld a fire escape? How much to weld a fire escape? Can you weld for oil and gas pipelines? Can you weld for oil and gas pipelines? Do you do aluminum boat repairs? Do you do aluminum boat repairs? Can you weld a custom bike frame? Can you weld a custom bike frame? How do you handle welding distortion? How do you handle welding distortion? Can you create custom handrails? Can you create custom handrails? Do you weld for the automotive industry? Do you weld for the automotive industry? Can you repair a cracked weld? Can you repair a cracked weld? How much to weld a steel beam? How much to weld a steel beam? Can you weld for manufacturing? Can you weld for manufacturing? Do you offer welding for signs? Do you offer welding for signs? Can you weld a metal fence post? Can you weld a metal fence post? How do you ensure safety while welding? How do you ensure safety while welding? Can you fabricate metal doors? Can you fabricate metal doors? Do you weld for HVAC systems? Do you weld for HVAC systems? Can you repair a metal trailer? Can you repair a metal trailer? How much to weld a metal table? How much to weld a metal table? Can you weld for plumbing applications? Can you weld for plumbing applications? Do you do ornamental welding? Do you do ornamental welding? Can you repair a cracked frame? Can you repair a cracked frame? How do you handle welding inspections? How do you handle welding inspections?